Hello, my name is Ilona, and today, what I want to do today, actually, I was thinking how good AI is, well, maybe for language learning, and I want to compare free AIs. There are a lot of them. I don't think I don't need all of them. I didn't check a lot of them, but the ones which I use, I can say constantly, so ChatGPT, Claude, and Copilot. And I want to compare between these three and see which ones are better in understanding, let's say, in understanding languages I know, basically. Because when I check my ability with understanding language, for example, I choose a language which I don't, I know maybe to some extent, but I don't know if AI gives me correct answers or correct sentences of this language. I don't know if there are mistakes or no. So that's why I will check it on Latvian first of all, and also I want to see, just for fun, how good it is in understanding, or how correct is it's theirs LATGALIAN. So these are basically the languages I know. I will not do today Russian, because that is a different language, but also I will check Lithuanian, while I cannot say that I really know Lithuanian, but I do understand, well, let's say 50% of Lithuanian, but I don't know. I never checked how good I am at Lithuanian. I know I cannot probably speak, but also I cannot say that I really tried. I didn't had a need, but when I was working in various places, there were a lot of also Lithuanians, and I could understand their conversations. I don't know if they knew, or some of them knew that I can understand, but, well, okay, whatever. So yes, I will not be able to tell if AI is good in Lithuanian, at least. No, yeah, I will not be able, but also I want to see if it is bad in LATGALIAN, then most likely it will be bad in SAMOGITIAN, but, or how you pronounce it in English. But still, out of curiosity, I will do that too, and if you understand any of these languages, you can also tell me in comments how good AI was in these languages, actually. But I am pretty sure that while maybe it will be okay with Latvian and Lithuanian, most likely it will struggle with smaller languages or, well, dialects, whatever. Because what AI usually is doing when it doesn't know the answer, it generates it. It literally generates. It's what it does. It's generative AI, and it generates text in the same way, I guess, like it generates picture or a song. So it makes it up. So maybe, actually, yes, I tried. I wanted to make a song with like a made-up language, and I asked AI to make a song with a made-up language. I don't know if maybe I can find it somewhere. And it did it, and then I asked, did you just made random like words or sounds, or does it have a meaning? And it did have it's made up meaning. So yes, AI can do that. So that is interesting about AI, that it can make languages. I also asked it to generate a language. Wait, geez. Okay, no, that's again. I am starting to talk about something else. But okay, I will finish the sentence. I asked it to generate a language which could be kind of mix influenced with Latvian and Finnish, and it made something. It was interesting. But okay, what I will do now? I will ask this one question. In this yes, here I asked just a few days ago something else. I decided that I will continue here. So this will be Claude, or whatever, how you pronounce it. I want to check the similarities between Baltic languages. How many Baltic languages are there according to you? Okay, yes. The Baltic language group is blah blah blah. Yes, but okay. Okay. What about LATGALIAN and SAMOGITIAN? Good question. Consider either a separate Baltic language or dialect of Latvian. It is spoken, yes, okay. A variety of Lithuanian spoken. Some argue, okay. Officially. I have another thing what I want to say about dialects. Officially, non-officially, why it happens sometimes. Oh, yes, why it happens sometimes. Why some countries don't want to give so-called dialects official language status, but that's another story. Same question here. Lithuanian, Latvian. Okay, there was, and that's it. Okay, interesting. You are right. This sometimes. I don't know if I have to read it all. Do I have to read it all? LATGALIAN is sometimes considered a distinct Baltic language, but is also frequently classified as a dialect of variety of Latvian. It has significant differences from standard Latvian in vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Okay, importantly, LATGALIAN has official regional language status in Latvia and its own written standard. Yes, LATGALIAN does have its own written standard. We do have books, so basically literature in Latgalian, and not just modern, recent, but from older times. Žemaitian is similarly in a grey area linguistically. It can be considered a separate Baltic language, but it's often classified as a dialect of Lithuanian. It has yes, okay. The classification as language versus dialect is complicated by both linguistic and cultural political factors. Yeah. The traditional sayings that a language is a dialect with an army and navy. Yeah. Okay. Next one. I will ask the same question here. Baltic languages, blah blah blah. Yes. And good point. Yeah. Latgalian spoken primarily in the Latgal region of Latvia. Latgalian is often considered a separate language with the Latvian branch of the within the Latvian branch of the Baltic languages. It has its own grammar and literary tradition, making it quite distinct from standard Latvian. Okay, Samogitian. This is a dialect or language within the Lithuanian branch of Baltic languages, primarily spoken in the Samogitian region of Lithuania. It differs significantly from standard Lithuanian, particularly in its phonetics and certain grammatical constructions. So basically they are kinda saying the same stuff. What is interesting is that Latgalian is very much influenced by Lithuanian and to some extent some Slavic languages. A lot of people say It's Russian, but yes, maybe it is also Russian, but it is also had a lot of influence from Polish and Belarusian. Belarusian, how you say it correctly in English? So basically Slavic languages, and I don't know, while maybe sometimes you can know for sure that this word is definitely from Russian, because Russian is also quite interesting language if we compare it to other Slavic languages, but sometimes you cannot tell 100% if that word, I cannot think now about the exact examples. Okay, this is not what I'm doing today, but sometimes you cannot tell for sure. I believe that the word came from which language, like it was Polish, it was Belarusian or Russian, who knows. Yes, and then that's about LATGALIAN. So it was a lot influenced actually by Lithuanian. But Samogitian, again, it is was more influenced by Latvian. So it is really interesting how two small countries, but and also, yes, oh jeez, I am again jumping from one thing to another. Yes, there are these so-called dialects. And how we influence also each other, but these are not the only dialects. Let's say, while these will be the most probably different, distinct, like if we compare to the main language, because I don't know about Lithuania, but I believe they have. Lithuania is bigger than Latvia, isn't it? They do probably also have some other regional varieties of language, because in Latvia we definitely do have some other dialects, and Latgalian is just the most different one. Maybe, I don't know if it is the biggest one, but okay. Now I am again talking too much. What I want to ask it now is which is actually, should I include the Old Prussian? Maybe. Okay, Old Prussian. But I don't know much about Old Prussian. I did try to learn it, but again, it's basically, okay, well, that's another topic. It is interesting, but I don't know. Comparison purposes, let's say it like that, maybe, I don't know. And I will ask it straight away here, and then I will read it all. In Latviju. Šodien ir skaista diena. Saule spīd spoži debesīs, meži ir zaļi un klusi, cilvēki priecājas par pavasari, putni dzied jaukas dziesmas. Okay, these are very simple sentences. But okay, let's start with simple. In Lithuanian, šiandien yra graži diena. I don't know about... okay, the difference between Latvian and Lithuanian. In Latvian, you will have, how do you say it? It's a stress on first syllable, yes? Maybe I should ask it here. Do you saying it in English? No, the first stress... the stress is seriously. The word has its what? Okay, basically no. Okay, stress on a first syllable, whatever. In Lithuanian, it is not like that. They have it on. They can have it anywhere. So I will read it wrong. Okay, so when what I did last. Okay, šiandien yra graži diena. Saule šviečia ryškiai danguje. Yeah, okay. Miškai yra žali ir tylūs. Žmonės džiaugiasi pavasariu. Paukščiai gieda gražias giesmes. Okay. But yeah, what I cannot say, I don't know how correct it is, but I guess it is safe to assume that most likely it is correct, but maybe there is one mistake somewhere. Here I have reconstructed. Deina billi skaista steikan, saulē spādan tikan dangun. Dangun, yes. Mēzai, meži, sinda, grona un tūsa. Grona, so it's basically Germanism. Luki, sinda, luki, dārni and vazar. Spuri, giedan, vinnan, dalin. Okay, I have no idea how correct it is and how it can be useful to learn Old Prussian using, well, at least this Copilot AI in Latgalian. Šodien ir skaista diena, saule spīž spūži debesīs, meži ir zaļi, ir klusi, vai klusī. No, not klusī. Cilvēki priecājās par pavasari. Putni dzīt jaukas dzīsmes. Okay, it's so weird to read it. How I would say it naturally. Šodien ir skaista diena, saule spūži debesīs, spūži. Meži ir zaļi, klusi. Jesus, I am so confused now. Cilvēki priecājās par pavasari, putni dzīt jaukas dzīsmes. Okay, these simple sentences seems correct for me. I am now a little bit Wasn't it supposed... Well, basically, I can say yes, it's correct, maybe one or two mistakes. I am not sure if E is this letter. But the problem is that I do not use Latgalian on daily basis, and I do not read. I mean, I can read it, obviously, but what I mean, I don't just sit and read books in Latgalian. And another thing is that Latgalian is not the same in every part of Latgale. We have regional varieties, so my Latgalian will be different than, I don't know, somewhere around Rēzekne, Aglona, Daugavpils, or whatever place. Yes, in Samogitian. Šiandien yra graža diena. Saulu švek dangoja ryški, mēska yra žali ir tylūs. Žmonės džiaugias pavasarį, paukšta gied, žemas geismas. Okay, yes, this is very much like... what I mean is it is closer still to Lithuanian than to Latvian. But yes, I can see the difference between Lithuanian and Samogitian. But also, I don't know that if this is correct. Next one. What happened? Yes. Oh my god. Why these are almost... Okay, no, not the same sentence. Okay, a little bit different. Okay. Saule lec no rīta, putni dzied kūkos, vējš pūš pāri laukiem, upe plūst caur ieleju, nakts nāk ar zvaigznēm. That's an interesting sentence, actually. Nakts nāk ar zvaigznēm. I cannot say it is incorrect, but I never heard anything like that used. Yeah. Lithuanian. So, it is correct. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong here. Saule kyla ryte, paukščiai gieda medžiose, vėjas pučia per laukus, upė teka per slėnį, naktis ateina su žvaigždėmis. So basically you can see how similar these languages are. A lot of similar words, but also some differences. For example, this one, teka, plūst. You can say in Latvian upe tek. But yes, usually it seems like tek, it sounds kind of weird. But water can tek, if we talk about water, and upe is basically water. Here you can see how dzied, gieda, that in Lithuanian this will be ga, probably, and dze in Latvian in many words, which are, if in Lithuanian they have this letter, in Latvian it will be changed to this one. Okay, all Prussian. Saule kelas deivan. Paukšai daina audzan. Daina. Yes, daina is also a word in Latvian, which means like folk song something. So basically it is related to singing, so I can see. And I think in Lithuanian you also have this word. But okay. Vain spējas per laukans, upis tika, perslenis. Nakti atnāt vējs stērnan. Stērnan. This is another Germanism, yes? Oh, wait, okay. Saule leca rīta. Saule leca no reita. Putni dzīt kūkūs. Not kūkos. Kūkūs. Vējš pilš pori laukim. Vējš pilš pori laukim. Maybe. Upe plaust caur īļeju. Upe plaust caur īļeju. Nakts, what? Nakts nugoja ar zvaigzņiem. Well, wait. Nakts atnoca ar zvaigzņiem. Could be some kind of regional stuff again. Saule kel rokšte, paukšķi gieda mūžos, vējs puč per laukus, upe tek per slēni, naktī atties uz zvaigždzēm. Yes. What I can say now, and I am disappointed at this point, how is ChatGPT worse in LATGALIAN than Copilot? Wow, okay. It is... Well, okay, I cannot say that it is very inaccurate, but there are some mistakes. But also, as I said, could be regional varieties, which I don't know. So I don't know how correct is this part, but probably also there must be some mistakes. But it gave also something like all Prussian shares similarities with Lithuanian and Latvian, but has distinct vocabulary and phonetics. Latvian and Latgalian very similar, but Latgalian has phonetic and lexical differences. Okay, for example, yeah, let's say Leice. No. Samogitian simplifies some vowel sounds compared to standard Lithuanian. Okay. Would you like a deeper breakdown of specific grammatical structures and word origins? Yes, I would for sure, but maybe not now and not here. Wow, okay, this gave a more interesting sentences in the ways that these are not just random 5 sentences, but it's kind of like a small short story. Latvija ir skaista valsts Baltijas jūras krastā, tās galvaspilsēta ir Rīga, viena no vecākajām pilsētām reģionā. Latvieši ir ļoti lepni par savu kultūru tradīcijām. Katru gadu vasarā latvieši svin Jāņus, kas ir vasaras saulgrieži. Latviešu valoda ir viena no 2 dzīvajām baltu valodām, tajā runā aptuveni 1,5 miljonu cilvēkiem. Now I remembered that maybe I had to translate all this stuff also in English. Lithuanian. But these are also different texts. It's not the same. It's the topic is kind of the same, but these are different texts, which is interesting. So, Lithuanian. Lietuva ir graži šalis prie Baltijas jūras, jo sostina ir Viļņus, miestas garsu savo senamiesčiu. Lietuvai didžiosi savo kalba, kura yra seniausia iš gyvųjų indoeuropiečių kalbų. Kiekvieną vasarą Lietuvai švenčia Joninę, senovinė vasaros saulėgrįžos šventė. Lietuvių kalba turi daug arhaiškų bruožų ir joje kalba apie 3 milijonų žmonių. Yes. Okay, reconstructed, yes. Prūsaibai tauta, kas dzīvo, I really doubt that. Raibai upes prūsiskan virdan astisku. I don't know if I have, do I have to read it? I have no idea what I am reading here. First of all, I doubt is correct because, I don't know, this looks too Latvian to me, so it could be not just based on a reconstructed language as it is reconstructed, but it could be that even the AI attempted to reconstruct its own version, old Prussian. Pērkons, Patuls un Patrimps. Okay, these are Prussian gods. Okay. LATGALIAN. Latgola ir Latvijas austrumu daļa ar savu valodu un kultūru. Daugavpils ir lielākais Latgolas mīsts, kur dzīvoja daudz latgalīšu. Latgalīši cīņēja savu valodu, kultūras mantojumu. Latgales valodā ir daudz pūlisku un krīvisku īspaidu. Šodien latgalīšu valodu runāja apmēram numbers 150,000 cilvēku. Yes. Samogitian. Žemaitija ir viena iš 4 Lietuvos etnografinių regionų. Žemaitijų kalbas skiriasi nuo Lietuvai kalbas savo skambesio žodžių. Žemaitė didžiuojas savo seno kultūrą, tradicijomis ir paprotėms. Telse ir laikjoms Žemaitės sostinė, žemaitiška rokaple. Blah, 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 žmonių, didžiuoju daugumo gyvena vakarā Lietuvo. These texts show some distinctive features of each language. So it's worth noting that the Old Prussian text is particularly approximate. It's an extinct language with limited documentation. Yes. Okay, so basically what I can say by comparing these 3 AIs. The first 2, Copilot, yes, and ChatGPT, they did very simple sentences. The difference, Claude made this kind of like a short texts about each language and where it is spoken, if I remember correctly. I can say the most inaccurate for me, if I talk only about Latgalian, all of them were able to write in Latvian correctly, but Latgalian was good in Copilot and Claude, yes. Well, maybe with a small kind of, I I don't know, mistake, whatever. But also, who knows, maybe somebody in some other parts of world will speak like that. In ChatGPT, it was more kind of like unnatural for me, at least. So, again, I cannot say for sure that it is the same for Lithuanian and Samogitian in all of these AIs, because I don't know these languages to be able to know that. And there can be differences, while maybe one AI do know better Latgalian, but another AI do know better Samogitian. And maybe in all of these AIs, Latvian was quite good, but Lithuanians could say that no, actually it had a lot of mistakes. I don't know that. But I don't think if all these AIs did a good job with Latvian, simple texts, still quite simple texts. I don't know how it would do with more difficult ones. I think most likely Lithuanian will be also okay. And if I use it for language learning, if let's say I want to learn Lithuanian, could I use it? Maybe I could, but maybe. Or any language which is not very big language, let's say it like that. Or maybe even a bigger languages, it can also be a problem. It can make some mistakes in any of the languages, who knows. So basically what I want to say is that maybe it can be a good addition to language learning, why not? And especially if you want to learn more simple conversational level language, then yeah, why not? But there's only one problem, one big problem. You can only learn written texts, at least in these areas. I don't know, I don't have any subscriptions on everything. Maybe there is a ChatGPT, this version, which you pay money for, like some kind of subscription or anything, where you can, yes, I guess you can do a lot more. This is just the basic for free stuff. Yes, this is what you can do for free. And yes, these are only written texts where you cannot hear. And if I read, for example, if I don't know the language, or as I said, I don't know in Lithuanian where the exact pronunciation, the perfect pronunciation of the words. I don't think any of these areas will help me with that, except probably I could ask it to indicate the exact syllables which I have to put a stress on. Yeah, I think it could be capable of doing that. But I will not try that right now. So, can I check my Lithuanian knowledge from any of these AIs? I guess I can. I can try. But also, what is good, despite, yes, okay, maybe a few mistakes. Still, these languages, yes, these languages are spoken by, well, let's say a few million people. I don't know how many people do speak actually Latgalian. It could be a few 100,000 people. But still, it is somewhat able. I think it is still, yes, good that you can, even these kind of small languages, you can learn something about these languages using modern technologies. That's interesting. Yeah, it's still, I still think it's very useful. It can be useful. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching and goodbye.